Hey, 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 good morning. Running a little bit behind today on the video, but we are still here and showing up for you. And today is a good one. All right, I entitled it What I Learned While Taking Off in a Tornado. But first things first, if you're watching on YouTube, hit the subscribe button and leave us a comment. We're starting it really soon with our contest. Everybody that likes, shares. Subscribe button and leave us a comment. I had to check the audio. Everybody leaves us a comment, subscribes, and shares. We'll get entered into a weekly drawing where we get to send you something fun. And I might put Ellie in charge of what she sends people out, so you know it's going to be really something really, really good. If you're watching anywhere else on social media, give us a comment. If you're watching live, say hi so we can read your comments out loud while we're doing the video. All right, so what I learned while taking off in a tornado. All right, so a few years ago, Ellie and I went to the airport to get on a plane to go visit my mom. So she would have been about 3 years old, I think. So we got to the airport. It was kind of a rainy day and got through everything. And you never realize how large an airport is until you're literally walking hand in hand with a 3-year-old across the ginormous airport. She did great though, her little legs all the way across, because she was too big for a stroller. Got to the thing, got checked in. Airports were much easier back then. And got ready to do our flight. And then we got on our flight, got all situated, and the captain came on, and you could tell he was a male. He sounded older, and he said, "We got two choices here. We can back up, taxi down the runway, be out of harm's way in about 5-6 minutes, or we can wait one more second and be on like a 3-hour minimum ground stop." You don't know what a ground stop is? Where they shut down the whole airport almost exactly where you are for a weather event, and you sit there. And I said, "Oh dear Lord." And he must have heard me. I know the Lord heard me, but the pilot must have heard me. I was like, "Do you really want to be at a ground stop for 3+ hours with a 3-year-old when we're literally here on an hour and 15-minute ride?" And he was like, "Well, this is what we're going to do. We're going to get on out here. We're going to get in line. We're going to get out of here. And like 5 minutes later, we're going to be out of the way." Because there is an active tornado around. Somewhere and around in that area, there was a tornado. So we took off during a tornado. We were out of harm's way in 5 minutes because in about 15 minutes, we're in Alabama. And we were out of the way. And we were off, and I didn't have to sit there, nor did the pilot have to sit there for 3 hours entertaining a 3-year-old, because she would have been up there with him going, "I didn't know what all these buttons do because I have nothing else to do being trapped on this airplane for 3 hours." So, here's what I learned during that. I learned that I wanted to get in a place in my life where I had enough confidence that I said, "Hey, I'm going to take these 350 passengers, I'm going to taxi them down a runway, and I'm going to take off during a tornado, because I know in 5 minutes we're going to be out of harm's way. And I know it's more harmful for everybody to sit here for 3 hours instead of the chance that we might run into a tornado." I also learned to send up those quick little prayers so that your prayers could be answered, that I didn't have to be on a ground stop with a 3-year-old. And I learned that you didn't have to be an older, experienced pilot like this man was to make a confident decision and stick with it. He weighed his pros and cons. He made a decision. He didn't hesitate it. He went with it. And that's exactly what we can do as moms. Weigh your pros and cons real quick, make a decision, and go with it. And if it wasn't the best decision, the next time you make a little different decision because you have more experience. Because you went through that experience. Like I have that experience. And that's exactly what I did for the last year. From that moment on, I transformed my life so I could make the best decision in the quickest amount of time and be confident with it. Confident enough to take off during a tornado. All right, so you want to know, what do you do next? You jump into our Facebook group, Moms in the Middle Navigating Life Well with Kids and Parents. That's your next step. You're going to want to jump into the group. I'll put the link in the description of this video so you can all hop in. And I'm going to finish by saying, just imagine if I hadn't taken that lesson of just flying home to see my mom, but we wouldn't have had the experience to say, hey, I flew during a tornado, and I wouldn't have done anything to change. Can you imagine if I wouldn't be sitting here with you guys telling you these things. I would absolutely not be doing that because I would have been living my life the same way that I've always lived it. So there wouldn't have been any transformation. There wouldn't have been any change. There wouldn't have been any courage to sit on my back deck every day with my dog and say, hey, this is what I've learned. You don't have to make the same mistake as I did. Learn from my mistakes and go make your own mistakes so then you could teach another mom and woman about what you learned. And that's what we're here to do. That's what the people in our group are here to do. They want to find something different. The status quo is not enough for them. They want something different. They want to live well while being in the middle of two different generations. And it's absolutely possible. So remember, I love you guys, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.